Yes, people. Brian Mbuemo, we need to talk. We need to talk because apparently Spurs are trying to hijack a deal for Brian Mbuemo. Jason Wilcox cannot let this happen. As Arteta once said for the title, Over My Dead Body, we cannot let Spurs come through with Thomas Frank and Champions League football and take Brian Mbuemo to the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Jason Wilcox, you got two jobs actually. Yes, the Victor Gyökeres thing, but now leave that. Victor Gyökeres is mad. He's got stuff to sort out. Secure the bag with Mbuems. Make sure you secure the bag. Tottenham fans, Tyler Diblin, way better. Better XG, better field tilt, better prospect. Spend 100 million on Tyler Diblin. We all know he's far better than Brian Mbuemo. You got no business getting Brian Mbuemo. You got Kulu. Yeah? You got Kulu. So Man United, make it happen because we cannot afford for Brian Mbuemo to go to Spurs. Big up each and every single one of you, man. It's the Trinity here. We have got to get into it. KG, let's get the bomb ready. It's Trinity episode 67. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. We need to talk because at the beginning, when this happened, it was, no, don't worry. No, he's chosen us. And me and Owen did a show on that. I remember that. That was a few days back. It was when the Thomas Frank thing was kind of becoming a thing. Yeah? And then we were like, nah, he's made his mind up. And also, there's going to be things in there where, Thomas Frank can't take players with him. He's not going to be able to do that. There's going to be things in the contract. Well, I've also said many times, for news to travel through the Sky Sports newsroom, has to go through a lot of eyes. Has to go through a lot of ears. Has to be, a lot of T's have to be crossed. A lot of I's has to be dotted. So for them to come strong and say, he fancies it, we're being told.
Intriguing.
I'm just saying, there's something there. The floor is open, guys. Smash a like on the video, people. Subscribe to the channel if you're new.
Well, I spoke to X about this on Best of Enemies.
What's he saying?
And I was like, they're shit. No, I said Spurs are shit. Yeah.
But before you go into that thought, KG, because it's a deep thought. If people aren't aware of the story that's going on at the moment, people are going, they've done a KG and they've gone, what do you mean Spurs are hijacking Mbuemo? What's going on? Because it can happen. It can happen.
All the time.
Right? This is what the situation is. As Flex says, Sky Sports said Brian Mbuemo is understood to be intrigued by a move to Spurs now that Thomas Frank has become their head coach. Spurs have received encouragement about a potential deal now that the Dane has made the switch to North London. The specific actual person who broke this was Lyle Thomas, who, of course, is very big on the Spurs news when it comes to Sky Sports. I think he's even a Spurs fan. He said that Tottenham have held initial discussions with Brentford about a potential deal for Brian Mbuemo. Frank to Spurs increases their chances, but they also remain interested in Antoine Semenyo, like Flex was alluding to. Now, if you're going to get into the conspiracy, this is why I wanted to really put this up first. Cage is a big believer in the signs or what have you. This was on Brian Mbuemo's story earlier today, saying thank you, Thomas. It was on Mbuemo's story.
No, he's still a Brentford player. He's still a Brentford player.
Yeah, some people are going, well, yeah. Is that a sign that he's gonna? Is that a sign that he's gonna follow him? It's a
sign that he's a good egg and he respects the manager who's given him a platform. It's a sign he's a good character.
Well, when it comes to Mbuemo, though, but then suddenly the next development of this story was Ben Jacobs saying that although Tottenham have stepped up their interest in Brian Mbuemo, as called by Sky Sports, conversations are not yet advanced. Brentford won in excess of £60 million, and Mbuemo's preferred option is still Manchester United. Spurs have been made aware of this, but before Thomas Frank joined. A lot will depend on whether United meet the valuation. Spurs are prepared to better Manchester United's rejected 45 plus £10 million offer if given the encouragement. But as Sky mentioned, they also have Antoine Semenyo and Tyler Dibbling on their list. And another update came from Sam Dean, who also said, this from the Telegraph, it remains to be seen whether Spurs are willing to make the sort of financial offer that would be required to sign Brian Mbuemo ahead of Manchester United. It is expected that interested parties will need to bid at least £60 million in order to convince Brentford to sell. So really, the story here is Spurs have upped the interest. Spurs have spoken to Brentford. Man United are still in pole position, and that's still what Mbuemo wants, but he's a bit more interested now in Spurs because Thomas Frank's there. KG, you were saying Spurs are shit.
Yeah, I was saying Spurs are shit. like, and they've been shit, like, and they'll just be Spurs. And X and Don Robbie couldn't understand because they're like, you beaten us 4 times. And I said, while I understand that, that's true, you have beaten us 4 times, but you're still shit. Like, you're just always gonna be Spurs. Like, if you're thinking about, progressing your career, you're not getting to Spurs. If you're picking a club to start a life at, it's just not Spurs. You might as well just be the backup to Saka than go to Spurs. Like that feels like a mad situation. Even if you're shit at United, you still can progress your career. Yeah, like it's different. Like Joe Blackman, get that off the screen. Joe, you dick. We're not Spurs. That's ridiculous.
Well, we're worse than Spurs right now. We just lost in the European final on a whimper to Spurs.
Have you not heard that? We're talking about Man United.
Hey,
Do you not understand that? Do you not understand
in a
that
kind
line?
of mood today, I'll tell you, because in the first 6 minutes, he said the word shit like 10 times. He just called Joe Blackman a dick.
I hear it, but it's
Yeah, but-
Spurs. It's Spurs,
Yeah, but
guys.
KG, we
It's
can't.
Spurs.
I
Like, guys,
hate KG. I
is Spurs a bigger
hate
draw than Man
you.
United? Wait, is Spurs a bigger draw than Man United?
No,
Is it?
no, they're not.
No,
but
no.
also,
That's it.
But there is some context that can change things, though. And I think this is one of the deals. This is probably one of the only type of deals where the context can change things. I'd say that. Because it's Thomas Frank. It could change things.
And
I think it could change things. I don't believe it will.
I hear that. I
just think it can.
hear you when you talk about the manager, yeah. But I'm just talking about the size of the club, yeah. Like, I don't even know why he would do that.
I know why we do, because you can
they're
stay in
playing
London.
top four.
There's reasons
They're playing
why,
Champions
bro.
League this season. Are they going to be playing Champions League every season going forward?
Depends how they sell the project. Tim.
Well,
It's a new
put it
management.
this way, KG. Yeah, this is a genuine true story. When I was getting ready for this show, whatever, and I was looking around for Brian Mbuemo and a Spurs shirt, and I couldn't find one, so I thought, oh, I've got to do a shitty Photoshop deal here. So I had to find the Spurs kit, and that's what that is, right? The Spurs and United kit. When I was looking for it, yeah, and I went on the Spurs website, the first thing that comes up is Champions League badges. We're in the Champions League next season, Champions League badges. And I thought, yeah, I'd kind of sort of eliminated that from my memory.
They're in the Champions League. It happened. That's what we're doing here. I think we need to be. No,
we're going to be this. There's a reason why Cunha is excited about Man United.
Of course,
because it is
Man United fan.
When he was, but I'm saying when he was wherever he was in Brazil, he was looking at this club saying, "No, that's Man United." That's what we have. Yeah. That still exists, and we've gone over this a few times. I believe that if you're backing yourself with those players, you're gonna come to United and say, "I'm gonna play my football here." I get we're shit right now at the moment. Does that mean we're gonna be shit forever? No. This is the first time we finished 15th ever in our lives. You lot acting that we do this every season. We don't.
Yeah, but Spurs don't finish 17th.
We
finished everything every season. Yeah. That's who they are. That's who they've been until today, until this season.
Yeah, but you can't
against the worst Man United side ever.
Right, KG. I hear you. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to be
You want me to be excited? You want
me
to
KG.
Don't be bad. Go on,
KG.
No.
KG. I can tell you in this.
Oh, he's saying he's very hypocrite flex. Is Flex been a bit hypocritical? Basically, is that how you feel?
I'll be whatever the fans want me to be. Don't be.
Well, no, how do you feel? How do you feel about Flex right now?
I will be however the chat told me to be. That's why I'm going to be right now.
God, bloody hell, you're very salty.
Don't be negative. I'm not going to be negative. I'm going to be what
I thought Flex was the king of passive aggressiveness. What's going on here?
I don't know what to do. Go on, Flex.
Wow.
Tell me why I should.
KG, you seem upset.
I'm not going to tell you what to. I'm not telling you anything. I'm just talking. I'm not telling you must do this or you must do that. Yeah. I'm just talking. I said the floor is open. We are just talking about this topic in an open forum. That's all that's happening here. Okay, I'm not telling you. I'm not demanding that you do anything. Yeah. All I was going to say is I can put myself in your shoes. I know you've just come back from Best of Enemies. I know you've come back from best of enemies.
We didn't have a mad one. We didn't have a mad time.
No, I know, but it comes. But I do believe that, especially this topic, going into that studio with this news, you must, and rightly so, you must defend our badge with all you have. You must basically tell X to his face, 100% on the spot. You are. Don't talk to me. Yeah,
he's telling you what to do.
You
Again,
done it.
KG.
You done
that.
it.
You must do this. You can do
KG,
what you want.
You got
can do
two
what you want.
choices here, KG. KG, hold on, wait a minute.
Last
KG,
I checked, you're your own man, mate. So
KG, you can wait for Christmas if we could give Owen his wooden spoon, or you can lock into me. It's up to you. It's up to
I'm
you.
just chilling, mate.
Just chill. There you go.
Okay. Why deflecting on me?
So I don't know. I'm trying to carry on my point, but I don't know if Owen's going to keep interjecting or if I can carry on my point. I don't know. It's up to everyone.
Karen,
tell
Katie what to think. Go on.
Okay. So here's something that could have happened is that they are applying a lot of pressure, and rightly so. You have to make sure that our badge is defended. X can't come up in your face and say, yeah, you're not this, you're shit club, rare. 100%. Spurs are shit. Don't talk to me. Do you understand who we are? Just got Cunha, mate, yeah? Do you understand? Agreed. Yes. Don Robert, same thing. Mate, 3 successive seconds, no trophy in fight. We're still Man United. Like you say, this is Man United we're talking about. That's, yes. But I still believe, you don't have to believe this, as Owen's trying to say. I still believe when you come back here, I think we have to have a bit of a conversation that yes, they are Spurs and yes, they are shit, but the context can change this. Bryan Mbuemo has played under Thomas Frank for the best part of 5 years now, something like that. He's done really well. And the fact that he's gone there and this story is a thing and he's still not our player, I just don't think we can say, personally, my opinion, doesn't have to be yours. My opinion is, I think we should be slightly concerned as the longer he goes as not our player. I like the fact that Ben Jacob is saying, yeah, okay, that's fine. It's still Man United. It's still this. But the Champions League thing, he can stay in London. And it's Thomas Frank. You never know. I'm saying that. That's
I agree.
Owen, what do you think?
I still think we'll sign Bryan Mbuemo. I'm not worried too much.